It's 8 p.m. You finally have free time after an 8-hour shift. You are sitting on the couch staring at a library of a dozen of incredible games. Games like Cyberpunk, Persona 5 Royal, Zelda Breath of the Wild, games you paid full price for. But as you scroll through the titles, a weird feeling hits you. You're just not feeling like playing any game. So you decide to grab your phone. Just 5 minutes, you tell yourself. Cut to 2 hours later, the night is officially over. The algorithm has won again. Instead of gaming, you're staring at a low battery warning, realizing you have to go to sleep just to wake up and repeat the entire cycle again. But ironically, it was during one of these exact doom scrolling sessions that I noticed something strange. As I swiped through my YouTube feed, I kept hitting these specific types of videos with thousands of views, all explaining how the creators replaced doom scrolling with gaming. At first, I wrote it off as just another trend, but then a realization hit me. A few years back, the algorithm was pushing the exact same videos to me, except the savior back then was reading. Every productivity creator under the sun was making videos about how reading books would change your life. And suddenly, it clicked. Neither reading nor gaming is actually productive. But because our brains are so fried from mindless scrolling, doing anything else feels like a massive upgrade. To understand what is happening to gaming right now, we have to look backwards. Decades ago, reading a novel was the ultimate mainstream of escapism. It was how you turned off your brain. In 1893, when Arthur Conan Doyle tried to end his series by killing off Sherlock Holmes, the public didn't just move on. Over 20,000 people cancelled their magazine subscriptions in protest, while thousands of men walked the streets of London wearing black mourning garments for a fictional character. What I'm trying to say here is that reading was the blockbuster event of the era. It was the equivalent of a massive AAA game launch. But then, visual media took over. Movies, and eventually video games provided instant visual gratification. You didn't have to imagine the world. It was shown to you. Or in the case of gaming, you were dropped right into the middle of it. And slowly, the cultural perception of reading shifted. Because reading requires active imagination, single tasking, and deep focus, it stopped being the default escape. It became viewed as a productive hobby, something that actually takes effort. But here's the catch. Even these modern forms of entertainment still demand something from us. They still have friction. To watch a great movie, you have to commit to 2 straight hours of sustained focus. To play a video game, you have to actively participate. You have to learn the controls, overcome challenges, solve puzzles, manage your inventory, and inevitably, you have to fail. Both of these mediums require a baseline level of cognitive effort. They actually ask for your attention. But right now, our brains are being fundamentally recalibrated by an entirely new competitor. The passive, infinite dopamine drip of short-form content. Doom scrolling demands absolutely zero cognitive load. It doesn't ask for 2 hours of your focus, and it certainly doesn't ask you to learn a control scheme. If you've been following the channel and caught the last video on tutorials, you already know how bad handholding can ruin a gaming experience. But why is it everywhere now? Well, because developers are terrified of you getting bored. Gaming companies constantly monitor player behavior, and they have noticed a massive spike in players simply quitting the game the second they hit a roadblock. That is exactly why they programmed companion characters to tell you what to do. Just look at the launch of God of War Ragnarök. Players were incredibly frustrated because characters like Atreus would literally blurt out puzzle solutions before you even had a chance to look around. It got so bad that Sony Santa Monica's narrative director, Matt Sophos, actually had to address it, admitting that the countdown timer for those hints was tuned way too aggressively. That wasn't just an accident, it was a symptom of the modern industry. Developers know your attention is fragile, and they are doing everything they can just to hold on to it. But it's not just the heavy-handed tutorials. If you look closely, you'll see games sneaking in subtle features just to make the experience as frictionless as possible. Red Dead Redemption is a good example here. The game kinda plays itself for you with the auto-aim feature. And then there is the cinematic camera you use while riding your horse. Sure, it allows you to sit back and admire the beautiful world Rockstar built, but it can also give you the perfect excuse to put the controller down, pull out your phone, and squeeze some extra dopamine from your feed during those long, boring rides. We see this taken to the absolute extreme in mobile gaming. Since you're already holding your phone, the temptation to just close the game and open an app is insanely high. Take massive gacha games like Honkai Star Rail for instance. Honestly, if you took the gacha mechanics out, these are fully fleshed out RPGs. But developers do everything they can to remove any trace of friction. They give you skip buttons so you can completely bypass conversations, even in the main story. They even have an auto battle feature that literally lets the game play itself. You just sit back and watch the AI grind your farming routes and beat the endgame content for you. It's gotten so crazy that Honkai content creators actually review and rank characters by taking into consideration how good they are when the AI is controlling them. On top of that, mobile games are completely changing their core loop to fit our shrinking attention span. Look at games like Marvel Snap or Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is a simplified version of the original TCG. Traditional card games take time, strategy, and focus, but these mobile versions condense the entire experience into matches that last maybe 3 minutes at max. And this kind of exact frictionless design isn't just staying on mobile. It is officially bleeding into console and PC gaming. Look at Vampire Survivors. It is an absolute masterclass in zero friction design. It strips away almost every complex input you can think of. You don't aim, you don't even press a button to attack. You literally just walk around and your character automatically attacks everything on the screen. It is just pure constant audiovisual dopamine. And guess what? This game was a massive hit. But wait, it gets even crazier. A while back, Sony actually filed a patent for an AI autoplay feature. The idea is that the PlayStation watches you how you play, learns your style, and if you get stuck on a boss or just get bored, you just press a button and then let the AI take over. We are now at a point where massive gaming companies like Sony are trying to find ways for you not to play the games you bought. They are so afraid of the player dropping out of the game that they would rather play the game for you. I mean, at this point, why even bother paying $70 for the game? Now, the follow-up question that comes immediately to the mind is the following. Is this really the end of deep, complex gaming as we know it? No, definitely not. We're still seeing massive success stories like Zelda Breath of the Wild or the newly released Crimson Desert, games that prove millions of players are still willing to give their undivided attention to a 60-hour adventure. But you simply can't deny the business reality of the modern industry. The more you iron the friction out of a game, the wider your net becomes. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.